My name is Ashley Scher. I'm the founder and CEO of Share Love Fund. Today we are in week 42 of our RYT 200 yoga teacher training. And today we are going to have a review week. As you recall with the Share method, every 9 weeks we learn one pose of the week, and then every 10th week is a review week. The reason why our 10th week is in a week ending in a 2 always is because our first session is the introductory week. So let us begin this review week, and also yoga with golfers, so for golfers. So hence the golf attire, and we'll do some nice shoulder stretches, side stretches, open up the obliques, and get ready for that. But first, let us begin with our usual meditation. Please take a comfortable seated position. You might want to sit on a block or bolster if that's comfortable. For those of you in a custodial situation, you might think, they're not going to give me a golf club, so why am I learning yoga for golfers? And it's a mental state. So in a custodial situation, it is very repetitive, and variety a little bit is a spice of life. So when someone asks you, what did you do today? You can say, as a matter of fact, I took a yoga class for golfers today. And you can sort of elevate yourself, because who's to say that you won't be the next female version of Tiger Woods? So anyway, with that said, I'm going to just move this a little further back so you can see the full mat, and we'll begin. Sorry, just want to kind of center it. Okay, and we'll begin with a brief meditation. So, in a comfortable seated position, you can be crisscross applesauce. You can sort of be like half lotus or full lotus, whatever feels comfortable. If you're sitting in half lotus, as I am, at about the halfway mark, I'm going to ask you to switch sides, because a big advantage of yoga is that we can be symmetrical. Let us take a few breaths just to draw inward, slow things down a bit, and check in with yourself. Just notice your own natural breathing. As you breathe, continue to deepen your breath with each breath. I'm going to step aside, but please keep breathing, deepening your breath each time. And exhale at your own pace. For those of you that were sitting in half lotus, this is our halfway mark to switch sides so that your other side can enjoy the same stretch, because one of the advantages of yoga is that we can be symmetrical. You'll notice we're spending a long time on our natural breath, and that's because your own natural breath is a breathwork technique, and it reminds us that the answers that sometimes we're looking for are already inside of us. When we're less dependent on material things or even people for the answer, that becomes empowering. We don't need to worry about money as much when we don't have to pay someone for the answer. That's why this yoga video is free. And we don't hear enough that things like water and sleep are pretty much all you need. We don't hear that enough because nobody gets paid when you drink tap water and when you sleep. They get paid when you get up and buy their stuff. But remember that you are the decider. Let us breathe deeply together. Often in yoga, what we learn is that the feedback that other people give us is really just a reflection of what is going on in their own minds. So when somebody says, you have to buy this, consider thinking of interpreting that as them saying, hey, I have a real sales need. I'm really needy right now. I really need to sell something. Will you help me out? So often, with our own insecurities, we just jump the gun and believe the person that we're deficient, that if we only had a little bit more money or a little bit more time to do something, then things would be okay. But what if you were okay just as you are, right here, right now? And what if the person or the thing making you think that you need something, what if you viewed it as their own cry for help, as their own neediness, their own desire for prosperity? And maybe it's a win-win and your interests align, or maybe it's not, but that is your decision and yours alone. Continue to breathe, trying to draw space and increase the length of the exhale so that it is two parts the inhale. With a tall spine, imagine your head reaching to the sky and your sits bones rooting you into the ground. When we meditate, we keep our spine long for alertness. With each breath, imagine your spine growing from end to end, like a line with rays on each side, infinitely expanding in opposite directions. With one final breath, we will conclude this meditation, lifting the arms up and shaking it all out. So I hope everyone feels relaxed and centered. We will get up to our mat on our feet and let us begin class. Get what you need if you need water or anything like that. I want to introduce our lead trainer, Peter Icavello, who's going to kick our butts a little bit. So I will just reintroduce the class a little bit. So this is like a little bit of a surprise class. We're going to do yoga for golfers. So getting some shoulder stretches in, some oblique stretches, really just like the hips, I feel like, the shoulders, some wrist exercises, and also kind of some wrist injury troubleshooting because there's, as we know, there's tennis elbow, there's also golfer's wrist. Peter, if it's okay with you, I'd love to welcome you on. Peter, I was saying, even in a custodial situation, of course, they're not really handing out clubs too much in that situation, but why not elevate ourselves? Like, why not wake up today, even in a custodial situation, and say, what did you do today? Today I took yoga for golfers. You know, it's just, we sort of can market ourselves to ourselves, and it just puts you in a different light. So today we can think of ourselves as golfers. In yoga, we do this all the time. We visualize ourselves on a beach. We visualize ourselves in a forest. So why not visualize yourself as the country club type? If that's fun. If that isn't fun, you know, you can switch to a different video. But let's have some fun at the country club today, yoga for golfers. So we just had our meditation, and we can begin with a warm-up. So do you want me to start with some sun salutations?
So just to flip off, just to continue on what Ashley's saying, just because we said this is yoga for golfers, that doesn't mean that if you're not a golfer, you can't do this yoga practice. This is a yoga practice with some emphasis on some stretches that can help golfers, with some emphasis on stretches that can help any person. So even though we say yoga for golfers, that's just marketing. LOL.
Yes,
so,
in reality, it is week yoga. 42 of a 52-long, 200-hour yoga teacher training, and we got to give you something to say thank you for hanging in to week 42 of our 200-hour yoga teacher training.
We're almost there.
Almost.
So again, just because something says a specific thing doesn't mean it's only for that specific thing. So just, you know, yoga for runners. Anybody could use those stretches or the strengthening poses. Just, they gear it for marketing purposes. So here we are, yoga for golfers. Thank you for doing the meditation.
So Peter just ratted me out, by the way.
No, I'm not ratting her out, because you said in a custodial situation. So meaning, hey, wherever you are on this planet, you can do this practice. So you said a lot of things. A lot of what our practice begins with, which we haven't done in quite some time, is the basic 6 movements of the spine that cover the entire body. So we're going to start today with my favorite, and I think it's one of your favorites, empty coat sleeves.
Oh, yeah, awesome. I'm just going to say the hand gets a little bit on the...
sorry about that.
Worry.
So you don't like my hands, okay.
Well, it was a talk to the hand, which was good, you know, because sometimes we deserve that in life.
It's the Italian in me. I just have to talk with my hands.
I love that Italian. Yes,
all right,
that's awesome.
So let's have our legs mat width or wider than hip width. And let's get a little buoyancy, all right? So let's get a little buoyancy in the legs, just a little buoyancy. Just a little buoyancy. Get our hips nice and loose. And then from here, just begin to, as you lift up, you whip your hips. And that takes care of your arms. Try to not control your arms. Just allow the arms to just hang alongside you, as if you had a jacket or a sweater over your shoulders. So this is called empty coat sleeves. And then what you do is get a little hop. And then you add your breath. You inhale, center, exhale as you twist. So as you can see, not only is this good for golfers, good for tennis players, Great for everyday life. And this is very, very, very nourishing. You're working your oblique muscles, stretching out your hips, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, and stretching out the shoulders as you rotate. And then from here, you get to tap the back of the body. Awaken your kidneys. Awaken the back body.
It's kind of fun. We get to make some noise.
Yes.
Also in the custodial situation, we have a lot of musicians
Yes.
that are missing their instruments. So we get to make some noise here.
Exactly. And ha, ha, ha with the breath. Ha. It's a ha breath. Ha, ha. It's a breath of fire. Ha, 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 ha. You can speed this up if you like. Ha, 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 ha. Remember to wake up the hips. Ha, 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 ha. A little more. Ha, 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 ha. And begin to slow it down. Ha, 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 ha. And then slowly begin to close your eyes. You're slowing this down. Step your feet back together to mountain pose, hip width apart. Close the eyes. Just notice how you feel. Feel the tingliness. Feel what it's like to awaken our senses, awaken our chi, our life force, our prana. Feel the tingliness in the toes, the fingertips, through the crown of the head. Feel your heart rate going. Wow, we didn't even really move too far, but yet our heart rate's up. Why is that? And then slowly allow the eyes to float open. That's only one. So here we go to round two. So the second
Can I
round,
just say that I love that because also within the confines of our mat or also the confines of cell, you know, you can really get that heart rate up. So I just love this exercise because it's a reminder that you can go the distance with keeping your same footprint. So that was pretty awesome. So distance is a state of mind.
it's all relative, right? Distance is all relative. So our next one is even a little bit more fire, believe it or not. It's called the breath of joy. Actually, we're gonna skip the breath of joy. We'll cover two more.
It's really hardcore, so there's like no room for joy.
Exactly. So no, we're gonna cover the breath of joy, but it can be complicated if you
Only
don't
for
follow
good.
along.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do the breath of joy. We're gonna do a hara breath, which some people call it horrible. I think of it as hara, meaning our center. So the first one is breath of joy. Our feet are hip width apart. You inhale, arms come up to parallel with the earth. Palms face down. You contain the inhale, no exhale. You inhale, arms come out to shoulder height, like airplane wings. And then you inhale, arms up overhead. So notice 3 inhales. You bend your knees, exhale, forward fold. And then you inhale, knees bent. Inhale, inhale. Reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Reach up, exhale, forward fold. Here we go. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Contain, exhale, forward fold. 3 more. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Reach, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale, inhale, inhale. So that's one. So it gets your heart rate going. And if you did it fast, it really gets your heart rate going. But we're going to infuse 2 poses together. So we're going to go from mountain pose to chair pose with the same breath we did in the empty coat sleeves. So what does this do? This takes care of spinal flexion and extension. So flexion, forward fold, extension, standing. Right? So I remember I said 6 movements of the spine. The first one was lateral rotation. So this one, going back to anatomy 101. So this one is flexion and extension, right? So it's called hara breath. So what you do is you inhale, stick the arms out, and you come into chair pose. Exhale, ha, with a ha, right? And you draw your elbows in. Ready? So inhale, exhale, start so ha. Inhale, exhale, ha, ha, ha. And I don't know how many of these we'll do. Maybe do 100. Ha. Ha. Get the legs further apart now. Ha. 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 Don't forget to squat down. Ha. 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 Faster. Ha. 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 Slow it down. Ha. 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 Now inhale and stay right in your chair pose. Contain the inhale. Your body's going to want to exhale. Contain it. Smile. Smile. Show that you're stronger. Show your strength. Contain the inhale longer. Squat down a little bit more. Contain that inhale. Don't worry. Don't worry. Press into your feet. Exhale. Heel toe the feet together. Mountain pose. Notice your heart rate there. Maybe a little bit more.
So awesome.
Inhale into that space. And exhale out. Inhale into that space. And exhale out. Inhale into that space. And exhale out. Now slow the heart rate down by slowing your breath. And slowly allow the eyes to float open. Notice how you feel. So that's 4 movements of the spine. We have 2 more to do. The next 2, we're going to do 2 movements to give you variation. So if you're feeling a little on the not so vigorous side this morning, here's the first one we'll offer. If you're feeling like you want to do something a little bit more vigorous, as you could tell, I'm in a vigorous mood. We'll do a different one. So this one is taken from the practice of Bikram yoga, where we step our feet together as if we had one leg. When you rise up to the crown of the head, draw the shoulder blades in. You inhale. So now we're going to take care of our wrist in this one. So the way to do this in Bikram is have your hands together and have your forefingers shown. The way I like to do this is interlace your hands. Take the fingertips towards you and press the palms up toward the sky. So here we are stretching out our wrists. And this is a lift up and out of the waist, tucking the chin back, looking up for a moment, and then looking down and drawing the shoulder blades back. So here we go. Inhale, lift up as you're pressing the ceiling away. Lift up and out of the waist. Exhale, simply press your hips over towards the right.
That right.
The right, the other right.
This is right.
No, press your hips towards the right.
This is advanced anatomy. The
So you're pressing
prerequisite is knowing your hips from your hands.
Exactly.
And right from left.
I often tell Ashley I'm going to give her labels. Put labels on her feet, right and left.
I'm learning on the job.
All right, now inhale. Press your hands up towards the left side. Look up towards the left. Exhale, lean to the right a bit more. Lean to the left a bit more. Yes. So we said 6 moves of the spine. This is number 5. Right? Now inhale, center. Reach up and out of the waist. Pull that belly in. Tuck the chin back. Look down. Look up. Now look down. Draw the chin back to parallel with the earth. And then exhale, lean to the right. And you can press your hips to the left and lean right. Now look up to the right. Draw the shoulders back. Frame the head with the hands. Frame the head. Look up to the right. Left. And then lean to the right a bit more. Get that stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, draw the arms and hands up to center. Heel toe the feet apart. Mountain pose. So we have a nice stretch with the shoulders, nice stretch with the arms. And let's round our shoulders. Sometimes that creates a little tension in the neck. Let's just round the shoulders. And then go the other way. So here we are with a similar stretch, right? Because it's all about the spine. Similar stretch that adds a little vigor to the stretch. Some people call this monkey stretch because we look funny while we're doing this. I just call it a side-to-side lateral stretch. So what we're doing here is getting our feet back into our wide-legged chair pose. And what you're doing is you're sitting down into like a little quarter squat. Remember we used to go to bars way back in 2019, before the pandemic, right? We used to go sit at the bar, have a drink with our friends, have fun. So you can just think about like your butt is on a bar stool, right? And all you're doing is hinging from your hips. A lot of people, when they do this, they get their thighs going. No, thighs stay still, locked. Imagine your thighs are locked in place. Almost like in martial arts, they call this horse stance. And what you do is have your arms come on the outside, make some fists. So what you're doing here is you're leaning over to one side. So you're leaning to the left, pull your right arm up into your armpit, scratch it if you need to. Smell, no, just teasing. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the opposite side. Right? Inhale, center. Exhale over. So you get the idea of it. So we're getting the obliques to stretch. And spine as well. So this is lateral, this is side bending. This is lateral stretch, right? The other one was a twist. This is a stretch. So what do we do here? Now we inhale, center, exhale over. Ha. Inhale, center, exhale over. Ha. Inhale. Ha. Ha. With a ha. Ha. Now how do we make this a little bit more vigorous? Ha. We move faster. Ha. Close your eyes. Ha. 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 Begin to slow this down. Ha. Ha. Keep the eyes closed. Ha. Ha. Now hang out on one side. So if you're hanging out on the left side, left knee is bent. If you're hanging on the right side, right knee is bent. Begin to straighten out the side that you're not hanging out on. And then extend the arm out. Lean onto that thigh, the bent thigh. Send it overhead and then pull your shoulder back. And let's create some circles at the shoulder. Notice your heart rate. You notice the chi. And then do the opposite way. All right, now from here, inhale, reach up. Imagine somebody sent a lifeline for you from the sky, from the heavens. You're reaching up and pulling. You straighten out both legs, and then you turn that left leg in. You bend your right knee, rest your right forearm onto the knee. And then inhale, right arm, left arm. And then you create some circles with the left arm. Circles. 2 or 3, maybe 4. I always say it's yogi's choice. Don't fall out of this. You go the opposite direction now. And then point that left hand up, and then peel it back, open up your shoulder. Now again, there's a lifeline coming. Reach for it, pull it up. Use your oblique muscles to pull, 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 pull. Heel toe your feet to hip width apart. Let's come into mountain pose. Reset, recalibrate, revisit. Notice that with each time you enter back into mountain pose, notice how you just arrive, how your muscles align, how the body aligns. You almost don't even need to talk to the body to lengthen through the crown, draw the shoulder blades in, scissor your inner thighs in towards one another, pull the belly in to support your spine, lengthen through the back of the neck as you gently tuck the chin back, readjust your core, soften the knees. Just notice your breath. Notice your breath. And then gently allow the eyes to float open. Notice how you feel. That could be your yoga practice for golfers. For tennis
Love
players.
it.
But that's just warm up. We're going to continue. So you said yoga for golfers. So what, now that we're nice and warm, we're going to go right back to our basics. Sun salutation A. Then we're going to incorporate B. and we'll float a little into C, but
I just want to say for the RYT 200, I'd rather just do A, but if we want to do a sneak peek of B, that's fine. So whatever Peter decides to do, he is the guru, and especially the anatomy guru. So I will find my place, which is hard for me to stay in. But I just want to say, if we do go beyond sun salutation, if we do sun salutation B or C, you're not responsible for that in the practicum or anything like that. And that's just kind of a teaser for the RYT 300, which does cover all of that. And the RYT 500, of course, is comprehensive and covers all that. So Peter, whatever you want to do, the floor is yours. I just wanted to say that those chaturanga and stuff like that is not in the RYT 200 course manual. So if you're like, what's that? It's because it's a sneak peek.
Sneak peek. You know, it's always good to revisit and always get to know where we are. So sometimes we want to go ahead. So because I feel like we're nice and warm, maybe we can sneak in a chaturanga, maybe one. Just so you get to see the differences between Nishashin and chaturanga, that's all. But I'm not going to say this is sun salutation B. We're going to, forget I said that, that's a curse word here. I've been cursed at already. All right, so let's come to the top of our mat. Would you mind if I put the AC on?
Sure. Do you want to? Okay. So I'm just gonna start. Should I just start with the sun salutation?
Hang out. Yeah,
Okay.
I will.
So we'll ground our feet into the mat. I like to think of your toes as fingers and really pushing each toe into the mat. I'm also gonna move this back a little bit because I noticed my hands were cut off a little bit. So anyway, we'll come to the top of the mat and really just imagine your heel is a thumb grabbing onto the mat. Each toe is grabbing onto the mat. Let's start into Tadasana, mountain pose.
And then from mountain pose, you begin to take that internal scan of the body. What does my body feel like this morning? What can I do? You start to visualize your body movement. Start to envision the postures that we're about to explore. All yoga is an exploration, and each moment is different. You may enter all your poses perfect to how you envision them, and then tomorrow you might say, why am I falling at a tree pose? So just be wherever you are. That's the beauty of yoga, is that, and just like golf, just because you hit the ball 1,000 times great today and straight, tomorrow you might be hitting them all over the place. So just notice that, okay? So now from here, inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Reach up. Bend the knees, pull the belly in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank pose. Shift your weight forward in plank. Lower the knees, chest and chin straight between the hand, elbows back. Elbows drape the ribcage, graze the ribs. Inhale to baby cobra. What is baby cobra? Just lengthening through the back of the neck, just lifting up through the chest. If you want to add a little heat to this baby cobra, you can lift the hands about 1 inch off the earth. Remember, contain, inhaling. Plant the hands, exhale, lift up through tabletop. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, left foot forward. Forward, forward. Inhale, hands to shins. Press into the feet. Exhale, rise up to stand, mountain pose, arms reach out and overhead. That's your basic sun salutation. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Lower that right knee down. Now from here, inhale, sweep the arms out and then overhead to Unjayasana as you press your hips forward, knee forward. Exhale, fold at the hip. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Now this time, inhale, press yourself up into cobra. But be mindful if you're nursing a tender back, maybe just go up a little bit between cobra and baby cobra. But if you're feeling like you have the full extension in the front side of the body, elbows in toward the ribs, press yourself up into cobra. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Keep reaching forward and up. Chest reaches forward, crown of the head reaches up.
I forget, Peter. Are my elbows supposed to be straight or slightly
bent.
Oh yeah, I see. And so that's the difference.
Yes.
Okay.
Exhale, forward, fold. Exhale. Inhale, press yourself up into plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend your knee, open up the hip. Exhale, press the left foot, left wrist. Inhale, right knee comes down. Exhale, reach the arms out and then overhead. Oh, Anjayasana. Inhale, frame your left foot. Exhale, step your right foot forward, forward, forward. Inhale, hands to shins for half lift. Exhale, rise up to standing mountain pose. So you see we weaved in a little bit more. So from your basic sun salutation, you could begin to build other postures into it. So you're gonna build a few more. Inhale, the arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Here we go, we're going a little advanced here. Exhale, lower yourself down to half push-up, chaturanga. Untuck your toes, inhale, up dog. Or lower your hips for cobra. Or lower the upper body down for baby cobra. So 3 steps here. Exhale into tabletop. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lift, and then you open up the hip. Exhale, right foot, right wrist. Inhale, lower the left knee down.
Okay.
Inhale, lower the left knee down. Exhale, reach the arms forward, lengthen overhead. Press your hips forward, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, frame your right foot. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open up the head. Exhale, left foot, left wrist. Inhale, right knee comes down. Exhale, send the arms forward and then overhead. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, frame your left foot. Exhale, untuck the toes, lift that right knee. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower your body down to half push-up. And then lower your body into earth. Inhale, press up into cobra. Exhale, rest in child pose. Check in with your body. Where am I? Who am I? What am I? Take the time to nourish the mind, the body, and spirit. Inhale, press yourself up into tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. So let's explore down dog. Why is this important for golfers? So we're going to work on posture muscles that people don't normally think that they're posture muscles. So I'm going to have Ashley just slightly bend her knees, turn her heels out ever so slightly. That engages the outer glutes. And then from here, I'm going to have Ashley walk her hands back an inch or two, and then press her chest towards her knees. Keep the head pointed towards, look between your ankles. No, between your ankles, yes. That keeps your back straight. Now, lower your right heel to earth. Yeah, we're getting a stretch in the Achilles. You feel that stretch in that heel, Ashley? Mm-hmm. Good. Now bend the right knee, inhale, exhale over the left heel. So what are we doing here? We're walking the dog. So press, keep pressing nice and slow. Go back and forth. Now from here, bring both feet down. And then now, bend both knees ever so slightly, just a slight bend. Now, lift your toes, lower your heels. No, lift your toes, lower your heels. Now press your chest towards your knees. Big stretch, but look between the ankles. Big stretch in the Achilles, big stretch in the hips, big stretch in your hamstrings. This is how we really emphasize our Achilles tendons. Now bend both knees and then step your feet forward towards your hands. Give your hands a rest, forward fold. Breathe here, Ashley. Breathe. Breathe. Inhale, hands to shins for a half lift. Press into your feet. Send the arms out like airplane wings. Pull the belly in and rise up to mountain pose. Coming towards the top of the mat. So what did we explore there? We explored a little bit more warming up of the spine. We explored stretching out, getting ourselves into postures. We explored stretching our calf muscles. Very important if you embark on any type of exercise that requires a lot of walking or sprinting, like in tennis, or any type of weightlifting where you're doing deadlifts or squats or lunges or any type of explosive activities like jumping up onto a box or a chair and jumping back down, any type of step up, stair climber, running or cycling. Stretching out your calf muscles and Achilles muscles will help prevent lower back injuries, will help prevent stiffness in your hamstrings and glutes as well. We want our muscles to be pliable. And stretching out the Achilles, so stretching out the calf muscles, help with explosion, help with us be able to jump, be able to walk more, and also prevent plantar fasciitis. So there's a whole host of reasons.
I also want to say another benefit. So in yoga, we always come back to Tadasana or mountain pose each time we cycle through the sun salutation. And even though it seems simple, standing up, we also spend a lot of time on it, like ground your feet, tuck your hips back. Golf is also about consistency, and when you line yourself up for the shot in the same exact way every time, then if the ball doesn't go where you want it to go, then it's easy to fix because you know exactly what you're doing, so you can just change that one thing because you're consistent. So I think an overarching theme that yoga really helps with is this consistency and this alignment. So just like we are aligning ourselves, I don't sometimes go to Tadasana like this, and I don't sometimes go like this. It's always the same, hip width apart. I don't sometimes go like this, or maybe I do sometimes, but that's, I'm intentional. So the idea is if you can actually bring Tadasana into the game. And so when you can make that the starting point, and then from Tadasana, then work the rest of the alignment.
Perfect, because you took the words out of my mouth, is that Tadasana should be in every posture we do.
That's like profound.
So if you think about Tadasana, and I don't mean the whole entire posture, I mean, like, let's say you're doing chair pose, let's say you're doing warrior. You should think about Tadasana the entire time, lengthening through the crown, pulling the belly in, hugging the thighs in towards one another, yeah? See, so Tadasana should be in every pose. So as Ashley said, if you're going to swing a golf ball, take Tadasana almost into a chair pose, and then apply that to your swing. So thank you so much for that, Ashley. These little tips you will not get in any other yoga teacher training. I promise you that.
Peter, I'll just mention, he's the owner and founder of Bronxville Wellness Sanctuary and Presence Wellness in Westport, Connecticut. And with over 25 years of experience, he's seen it all, done it all, been through every trend, knows, he's heard it all. So he's done an awesome job pouring his 25 plus years of experience into our yoga teacher training just to make it so comprehensive and so relevant.
And fun. I have a lot of fun watching Ashley do all the poses and watching her turn red.
Yeah, he loves making me hold the poses on live YouTube. There's no blips and bloopers and all. It is what it is. Real work for real women. You can't make this stuff up.
That's right. So here we go again. So from mountain pose, Ashley, I'm going to ask you to inhale the arms out and overhead. Exhale, come into chair pose. So we want strength. And chair pose is different as we visit chair pose for the first time. Pull our belly in, and then send your arms out to the sides, actually, and then up and overhead. Yes. So you see how she went from taking her arms up, her shoulders up towards her ears, and then I made that adjustment so that she could bring her arms out and then up again. It takes the shoulders away from the ears. Now we want to take the slight roundness out of her back by pulling the belly in and dropping her sacrum down. Imagine Ashley had a dragon's tail. And we want that dragon tail to be heavy, right? So that'll straighten out her spine by even pulling the belly in just a bit more. Yes. Yes. So we're gonna have Ashley hold this here until the end of this video. Just teasing. So this is where we cultivate strength and groundedness. This is another opportunity to check in by closing our eyes for a brief moment. So as we said in the anatomy videos, what this strengthens, what this stretches, and what this does for us. Inhale, draw the hands to heart center. Exhale, step back to high lunge. Any foot, left foot back to high lunge. So in high lunge, we want to be on railroad tracks. So we step the left foot over toward the outer edge of the left side of the mat. Yes. Now we want to energize that left heel. Press through that left heel. Good, right knee over the right ankle. And when you step into high lunge, make the pose right for you. Maybe you're not feeling the stretch and the length. Maybe you need to narrow. So just notice that. Maybe balance right now is not good for you. Maybe you want to put the heel down. So explore all those options. Don't be afraid to make adjustments as necessary. Now inhale, the arms reach out first and then overhead. Remember I said Tadasana. Draw the shoulder blades in towards one another. Lengthen to the back of the neck. Now, even with her legs, her left foot step back, she can still hug her inner thighs in towards one another. So notice the adjustment she just made in her hips. Right knee's over the right ankle. Energize that left heel. Take pressure off the right quad. Beautiful, Ashley. Inhale. On the exhale, straighten out your right leg. Inhale, send your left arm forward, right arm back, and twist to the right. Why are we twisting? Remember, we did empty coat sleeves. So we're revisiting this twist. Now we're gonna add strength in our twist. She's strengthening her right oblique, stretching her left hip, hugging the thighs together, and then drawing our hands to heart center. So here we go, strengthening the legs in a balancing pose. So I'm gonna ask Ashley to slowly bend both knees. Good, hold that there. Draw your right hip back even more. Relax your elbows down, yes. Now, we're only gonna do 5. So here we are balancing, and then I'm gonna ask Ashley to do lunges. So you're gonna straighten out both legs, inhale, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Awesome, Ashley. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend, and hold. Now extend both arms out and hold. Breathe, hold. Send your right hand forward.
That's this one.
Yep.
Okay.
And left arm up toward both hands up toward the sky.
Okay.
Yep. Keep the bend of the knees, both bend. Good. Now, 5 more lunges. Tap that left knee down 5 times. Tap the left knee down. 1. So we want strength, right? We want strength.
Okay, there's no cuts on YTB. 1, 2. The best way to
3,
get it done is just to get it done.
4, and 5. Step your left foot forward.
Okay.
Forward, forward.
Yay. Forward
Breathe.
fold is awesome because you get to stretch your whole back body.
Exactly.
And so everything, even the neck, it's a great injury prevention to just whatever tweaks and twists you did during the game, you can kind of subdue it with a nice forward fold at the end.
Yeah,
and
just
even do it in the shower.
Yep.
And the water like rushing over your back
Yep.
can help loosen the muscles. So a lot of people say they don't like yoga or they don't have time for it. But I mean, you know, you can wash your toes in the shower.
And just
like, it won't kill you.
to make it a little bit more relatable to the golf, to your golf, if you're having if like all your shots are just going all over the place and you're a little frustrated, a forward fold with your eyes closed and just kind of tuning into your body for like 30 seconds to a minute can help you reset and recenter.
You can pretend you're tying your shoe.
There you go. Exactly. Now inhale, hands to shins for half lift. Press into your feet, exhale, mountain pose. So resetting ourselves in mountain pose. So we did one side. I did not give you two sides, someone else did. It was the creator that gave us two sides. So what we do on one side, we must do to the other.
I'm super happy I'm not an octopus.
I know, right? We'd have to do all 8 legs. That's a good one, actually. Now, inhale, the arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Now, revisiting chair, arms out to the sides. See how Ashley's already making these adjustments to herself? Turn your heels slightly out. Good. Why? Because we want our, can you just point to your, no, stay in chair pose. Take your hands to your outer hips, yeah. We're strengthening all of those muscles by turning our heels out. So what's there? Glute medius, IT band, outer quad, beautiful. Now, if she lifts her toes, she's strengthening her hamstrings, taking pressure off her quads. If she lowers her toes, now we're equal here. Belly pulls in to protect your spine. Yeah, see those little adjustments. Now inhale, step your right foot back to high lunge. Imagine the railroad tracks. Draw your left hip back, right hip slightly forward. Beautiful. Energize your right heel. Right, pressing it down, energize it. Pressing it down toward the earth. Yes. Left knee over the left ankle. Breathe in. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, inhale, send your right hand forward, left hand back behind you into a twist. She's looking away from the camera, that means she doesn't like us. Now inhale, bend both knees. Beautiful, Ashley. See, she smiles into the camera on one side, but if I go over there, she's not smiling.
I hate to now I lost mine.
That's okay.
I'm smiling because I see this little furry llama that my daughter got me.
Beautiful. So bend both knees. Now, inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, and hold. Now send your, both knees are bent. Now send your left hand forward, right hand forward, up toward the sky. Beautiful. Bend. Both knees are bent. Both knees are bent. You can do this. You can do this.
This is actually a really good fat burner also.
Mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Now from here, tap the knee down 5 times. 1. You can do this, Ashley.
Okay.
You can do this. Arms overhead.
It's
belly
good because it shows
1,
when one side is weaker.
2, 3, 4, and 5. Step your right foot forward, forward, forward. Beautiful. So what are we doing there? Strengthening hamstrings, strengthening glutes, strengthening quads, strengthening our obliques, and challenging our balance. So everything is involved there in those type of moves. So we're strengthening ourselves in positions so that we use when we're playing golf, tennis, or anything that we're doing in life. So wherever you are, just be all there. That is my tagline for Presence Wellness. Wherever you are, be all there. Now inhale, hands to shins for half lift. Press into your feet. Exhale, mountain pose. Beautiful, Ashley. Notice we didn't take a child pose yet. She has not relaxed. We're strengthening her legs, strengthening her core, strengthening her arms as well. By holding the arms overhead, you're actually strengthening your arms as well. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, right ankle over left knee. So, flying pigeon. This is a great pose to focus, to balance, to stretch our right hip. Now send your arms up toward the sky. Remember, yes, breathe in, breathe out, hands to heart center again. Now inhale, very slowly float your right foot back to warrior 2. Float very slowly, warrior 2. Beautiful, Ashley. Now so let's get a nice wide lower warrior 2. Very good. So here's another way to strengthen our left hamstring and quad. Now, inhale, straighten out both legs. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. So if this is where you are, be there. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, and then hold. Beautiful. Now from here, flip the palm of the left hand, and then point the left hand up toward the sky, and then toward you as you reach the right hand down the body. Now reach up first, reach up, and then now reach back. Beautiful. Reach up, look up at your left hand.
Say that right and left was not on the bar exam.
No, it wasn't. Look up at your left hand.
But it's good I was not a doctor because that
That's right.
apparently is important.
Yes, it is.
For surgery.
Oh, would you be the doctor that would operate on the right leg instead of
You
the
know,
left?
thank God I'm not a doctor. So.
Now bend your left knee even more. Bend your left knee even more. Good. Beautiful. Look up at your left hand. Peaceful warrior. Now we're going to inhale into straightening out our left leg into reverse triangle. Exhale, bend into reverse warrior. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Notice I love to do this. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, and hold here. Exhale it out. Reach up first, and then reach back. Peaceful. Reverse triangle. Now from here, squeeze your thighs together, grow up and out of the waist. Now inhale, both arms come parallel to the earth. So warrior two arms. Flip the palms to face the ceiling, lower the shoulders away from the ears. Reorient the palms to face the earth. Now, peel your right hip back. Yeah, that's it. Look over your left hand. Yep. Reach, using your oblique muscle and hip. Reach beyond your left toes. Beautiful. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Now, press into the outer edge of your right foot. Squeeze your thighs together. Press into the ball of your left foot. Take your right hand to right hip. Peel your right hip back. It's a lot of work. Take your left hand, place it on your shin or thigh. Shin or thigh. Right hand peels your right hip back even more. Now, take your left hand and just take your left hand and then reach it out in front of you. No, stay in that position. Beautiful. Now extend your right arm up toward the sky. Beautiful. Using our obliques for strength. Now twist your left shoulder forward ever so slightly. You can do this. You can do this.
Okay.
Pull your left shoulder forward ever so slightly. Take your left hand onto your left shin or thigh. Peel your right shoulder back even more. So why am I doing this? Why am I having her do that? Because I don't want her to rely on her left hip to hold it. Because then what happens? Hip problems, hip replacement. We don't want that. We want the oblique muscles to work. We don't want the joints to be working. Right hand peels. Take your right hand to your right hip again. Peel your right hip back more. Yes. Extend your right arm up toward the sky. Beautiful. Now, imagine your hips coming towards me and then going back. Pull them forward and back.
He's not taking no for an answer.
Nope. Forward and back with the hips. Forward and back. So towards me and then back towards you.
Yeah.
Towards me. Keep coming. Keep coming. Yep. Come forward and back. Beautiful. Now, extend that right arm up toward the sky. You have a sky hook that's going to rescue you right now. Reach for it. And then slowly pull yourself up. Back to warrior two. Beautiful. Now, windmill the hand. Windmill that right arm over, up, over the other way. Good. Windmill it over. Windmill. And then begin to twist and frame your left leg as you come to the ball of your right foot. Inhale, step back to plank. Shift your weight forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press yourself up into cobra. Exhale, down dog. So in our yoga practice, in the school that we're working with here, we like to sustain these postures so that you can feel your way into it, cultivate awareness, use all the muscles that you can to your advantage to be able to strengthen, nourish, and create presence. Inhale, right leg lifts. Bend your knee, open up the hip. Exhale, right foot, right wrist. Beautiful. Shift your weight forward as you inhale. Send the arms overhead. Exhale, rise up to high lunge. Beautiful. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Chair pose. Inhale, hands heart center. Exhale.
I'm just gonna sneak.
You got it. Left ankle over right knee on the exhale. Beautiful, Ashley. Very nice. Breathe in. Breathe out. Elbows in. Inhale. And exhale. Send the arms overhead as you inhale. Exhale, sit back just a bit more. On your next inhale, very slowly float your left foot back to Warrior Two. Drop the left foot down to parallel with the back of the mat. Right foot is parallel with the side of the mat. Coming into Warrior Two. Inhale, yep, there she's self-adjusting. She took the words right out of my mouth. Beautiful, Ashley. Now, take your left hand along your left hip. Right hand reaches up toward the sky. Beautiful. Peaceful warrior. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, straighten out the right leg. Keep the peaceful warrior with the arms. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, and hold. Exhale it out. Now inhale, reach up, and then reach back to reverse triangle. Beautiful. Now from here, inhale, both hands and arms come parallel with the earth. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears, flip the palms, face the ceiling. Good job, Ashley. Now look over your left hand, your right hand, sorry. Reach beyond your right toes. Left hand to left hip, peel your left hip back. Beautiful. Right hand reaches toward right shin. Peel your left hip and shoulder back even more. Good job, Ashley. Look down to take any kinks out of the neck and look out to the side. Now from here, inhale extend that left arm up toward the sky and extend your right arm out in front. No, stay in that. Yeah, palm face up. Hinge at the hip just a bit more. Beautiful. Peel your left hip back, left shoulder back. Look down towards the earth. Look up towards the sky. Look down towards the earth. Look up towards the sky. Down towards the earth. Up towards the sky. Down towards the earth. And up towards the sky. Beautiful. Now, right hand can come to shin or thigh. Peel the left hip and shoulder back even more. Beautiful. Now from here, inhale, bend your right knee. Exhale, come back into Warrior Two. Beautiful, Ashley. Looking over your right hand, drawing your hands to heart center, coming up to the ball of your left foot. Rotate to the ball of your left foot. Back to high lunge. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Forward, forward. Good job, Ashley.
Thank you.
How'd that feel?
It felt really good.
Yay.
After a certain point, your body just says, okay, fine, let's get to work.
I can does this. This is what it says, I can does this. Now, from here, bring your forehead towards your knees. Bend your knees. Bend your elbows. Slide your hands beneath your toes. Keep your hands beneath your toes. Bend your elbows so that they reach towards your knees. Now, keep your knees right where they are. Keep your forehead right where it is. And then just gently, slowly take out and bend, straighten out your legs. Yes, good forward fold there. Stretching our calf muscles, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and shoulders. If she wanted a little bit more heat, she could reach the hands behind her ankles to create more stretch.
Like that?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's new for me. Oh, that's so much easier to get the head
Yes.
behind. I didn't know for that. Because it doesn't require arm strength.
No. And then from here, inhale, plant the hands down onto the earth. Exhale, step back to plank. Shift your weight forward in plank. Hold here. Breathe in, breathe out. Breath in,
I'm still.
I know
still in the video still.
I know that.
going and stuff
I know
like
that. We're holding plank. Why are we holding plank for so long?
I didn't
For
know
strength.
if you had like a
Nope.
like
Strength.
a frozen screen.
Nope.
Or...
Nope. We're still holding plank. Why? For strength. Core strength. Lower the knees. Take a child pose. So the reason why I held plank is because core strength is very important for any type of activity we're going to do. Also, a little bit of extra strength on the arms. As you can tell, Ashley needed a break and she wasn't getting it when she wanted it.
A little discipline.
Just a little bit. That's the perfect example of wherever you are, be all there. She wanted out.
The example of what not to do.
This is an example to do it if you'd like. One of the amazing things about yoga is if you take your mind and kind of put it aside and don't anticipate the next move and just be present, you'll find that you'll be able to find your sweet spot and almost find rest in certain poses that are the most challenging. This is where we go beyond our comfort zone. The mind limits us and wants to keep us in our comfort zone and starts the language of, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this. Why are you doing this? You could be doing something better. You could be doing child pose. You could be doing happy baby. You've done enough arm stuff already. You know your legs are tired. You know your shoulders are gonna give out here. That internal dialogue that we have to quiet. Remember, we are the masters of our mind. Living in the Northeast here, then you add New York on top of that. Not that saying all the other states don't do this, but I just know New York because I live in this area. Our mind overrules everything. That's ego. Harness the ego. Don't lose it, don't forget about it. Harness it. Befriend it. And then from here, Ashley, I'm going to ask you to come onto your belly. And then we're going to come into Sphinx Pose, so onto your forearms as well. Why Sphinx Pose? For posture, upper body, strength, shoulders. Spread the fingertips wide. Lower the forehead down, just for a little stretch, and then lift the head up. Forehead down. Lift the head up. 2 more. Forehead down. And then up. Draw the triceps in towards the ribs. And lengthen to the crown of the head. Create length. Press the tops of the feet down, tops of the thighs. Lift your chest just a bit more. Good job. And draw the shoulder blades in again. Spread your fingertips wide, press down with the hands. Now we're going to add another upper body and core strengthener. She thought plank was challenging. This is going to be a little bit more. This is called seal pose. She loves this one. So in seal pose, you gently lift your elbows 2 to 5 inches. So just lift the elbows up off the earth.
Okay. I read this study about the difference in upper body strength between men and women, and the nice thing about having a male trainer is he really thinks we're the same and kicks my butt. My upper body is not the same.
Yes.
But,
So come into Sphinx Pose first.
okay.
Come into
The
Sphinx Pose.
napping one or
Yep. Come into Sphinx Pose first. Spread your fingertips wide. Very important. Now lift your elbows just an inch. That's it. But keep the same posture as Sphinx. You can do it.
All right, should I do this like with a cushion or something?
Nope. You can do it. There you go. That's it. Keep lifting through the crown. Keep lengthening through the crown. Up toward the sky. Lift up. There you go.
Brutal.
Elbows in. Come on, you can do this for 3 breaths. Here we go. Ready? It is brutal. It's a great pose.
I don't think it's brutal for other people, but I'm someone who can't do a pull up.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
So.
This is why we're here, right? Here we go. Just lift up just an inch. A little more. And lower the forehead to earth. Bend your knees. Create a pillow for yourself. Sway your hips side to side.
Okay, I'm super good at the pillow thing.
Yes. Now bring your hips over to the right.
Okay.
Both of them.
I'm less good at that.
Yeah, to the right. Yeah. Now stack your left knee on top of your right. That's it. hang out here. Breathe in, breathe out. Now come to center, inhale, and then over to the left.
And this is also like a nice shoulder
This is
stretch.
a nice shoulder stretch. Now from here, inhale, come down onto the belly. Come back to Sphinx Pose. Your favorite, Sphinx Pose. Elbows, yep. Spread your fingertips, lift the elbows, seal. That's it. Lift up through
So
the
the
crown.
trick here is not to
Think about
let your shoulders come up,
Ouch, yes.
because it's easy to lift your elbows and shoulders, but to keep your shoulders down and your elbows up requires more strength in your torso.
Yes. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come down, take a child pose.
Okay,
So it's a lot of work for the upper body. It looks so subtle, but it's not. Trust me. There's nothing subtle about seal pose. And then when you're ready, Ashley, come onto your back, hug your knees to chest.
Yay.
I like how she smiles, but she doesn't know what's happening next. Breathe. This is a very, it looks like a subtle practice, but it's a vigorous practice. It requires strength, and it challenges all parts of us. Mind, body, spirit. It challenges.
I also, if I may add, I read a study that basically said that like when your brain doesn't know what's happening next, that we are hardwired to automatically be like, oh no, it's bad.
Yep.
And because that has kept us safe, you know, for those of you that believe in evolution, that has kept the ideas that has kept us safe through years of evolution. So when you're taking somebody else's class, as opposed to when I teach myself and I know what's coming, you know, sometimes there's just that mental resistance. You don't know what's coming, and so your body says, oh no, I can't do that. But you didn't even hear what it was. Almost like a child that says, I don't want to eat that, but they haven't tried the new food yet. Maybe they'll like it. So when we realize that things are not as hard as they seem, that we're just hardwired to protect ourselves, to say no first, when we realize that now we live in a very different world, and say no immediately without information doesn't really protect ourselves. We can be more open-minded, and in that way we can challenge ourselves more deeply.
That's what it's about. It's about challenging ourselves. Life is about challenging ourselves. And we create the challenge. Sometimes the challenge is within us. And I would say with each challenge, it just helps us be able to break through barriers and live outside of our comfort zone. I don't live in a black and white world. I do follow rules, but I do not live in a black and white world. I tell everybody, live in the gray. Living in the gray gives me permission to play, to be open, to challenge myself every single day. Explore, do new things, have fun, be creative. Some people think creativity is, you know, having a paintbrush in your hand and a canvas, and that's amazing, or doing woodwork. You can be creative on your yoga mat. And if you're in a confined space, an 8x10 space, and that's your home for however long, you can be creative in that space by opening your mind to the possibilities of who you really are and cultivate that awareness. As stressful as that might be.
I just, sorry to add, but basically I really love how you talked about an 8x10 space and you use the word home. So this is a really powerful visualization that maybe we'll get to in another class more fully. But when you think about the things you want, you can then think about how those things make you feel, and then you can tell yourself to have those feelings right here and now. So for example, if you're in a cell and you feel like maybe cold and abandoned and alone, and you want to feel home and warm and comforted, even though you're in a cell, you can say, I feel home, I feel warm, I feel comforted. And it may or may not work. It is just a technique to try a tool in your tool belt. But some people find that they truly, actually feel a sense of centeredness and belongingness and home right then. And that is a way you can carry a sense of home with you wherever you go. And I think Savasana is really about that. Like Savasana, is home.
It is.
The corpse pose, the final resting pose.
Yes.
What it meant by Savasana.
So from here, Ashley, I'm going to ask you to plant your feet onto the earth. And then from here, you're going to gently lift your hips up toward the sky. Go slow with this. Now draw the shoulder blades in towards one another. And then walk your heels back towards your fingertips. Yes. Shift your weight forward to stretch out your thighs. Lift your chin to create breath. Open up the trachea. Now lift your hips up even more. Take your hands beneath you and interlace them. Press the elbows and forearms down and open up through the chest. Beautiful. Press into the ball of your feet. Lift your hips up even more. Now lift your chest as well. Beautiful. Bridge pose. 2 explorations in bridge. One is soften your glutes. Stretching the quads. One is engage your glutes to strengthen your hamstrings and glutes. I always imagine, I tell people, how do we create strength in our glutes in our bridge pose? We're going to do just something very funny that you can do in your cell, and you can laugh to yourself with this one. You're going to take your hands apart, Ashley. And then you're going to imagine you have a box of tissues beneath you. You're going to inhale, come down, grab a tissue. Exhale, lift it up and hold. Inhale, come down, grab another tissue while holding the first one. Bring it up and hold.
It is not illegal to laugh, so these silly things can
Inhale,
make
come
us
down,
laugh.
grab another tissue, exhale, up and hold. Inhale, come down, grab one more tissue, up and hold. Now you have 5 tissues that we're holding. Hold all 5 tissues up. This is how you strengthen your glutes, hamstrings, quads. And then now let go of the tissues, and then lower your hips to earth, hug your knees to chest. Beautiful, Ashley. Now from here, I'm going to ask you to bring both arms out to shoulder height. And then lower your knees over towards the right side. That's all the thoughts. What's right, what's left? Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale the knees up to center. Exhale over to the left side. Inhale the knees up to center. Exhale, begin to bring the soles of the feet together and then lower the feet down to the earth. Close your eyes and softly just let the thighs just open, let gravity take over. Now pull the belly in to lower that. Yes, now you feel extra stretch in your inner thighs as soon as you do that, correct? Mm-hmm. Remember mountain pose. Now, see if you could slide the arms out, overhead, while leaving them on the ground but overhead. That gets a little stretch in your rib cage area. You feel that stretching? Mm-hmm. begin to draw the knees together. And then cross your right knee over your left knee. And have both knees come over to the left side. Good job, Ashley. And then from here, inhale, the knees come up to center, uncoil the legs. Left knee over right. Drop both knees over towards the right side. Opening up those hips. Here, slowly begin to draw the knees up to center. Then extend the legs directly out in front of you, taking the best pose on the planet, Savasana. Arms alongside you, feet to the width of the mat. Why do we want our feet to the width of the mat? So that it relaxes our glutes. We want our hands about 6 to 8 inches away from the body, so give yourself permission to come off the mat with the arms. A lot of people think they have to be on the confines of their mat. I would say pre-COVID, because classes were mat to mat, yes, but now that we're in post-COVID, new world. And then begin to just internalize as you come back to home to yourself. Yoga is about coming home to you. Nourishing mind, body, spirit. Focus and attention inward. Begin to take an internal scan of your body. Soften the space between the eyebrows by relaxing the eyelids. Part the lips to relax the jaw. Notice how that just takes tension right out of the face where we hold tension. Soften our chest by opening and relaxing. Draw our attention to our belly, our center, our energy center. Try to allow the body just to be still, to feel the support of the earth beneath you. To press the pause button on this life that we have, that is moving and changing so rapidly. What can we slow down? How can we cultivate awareness and slowing down? And slowly begin to wiggle your fingertips, wiggle your toes, gently, gently rotate the head from side to side. Plant your feet onto the earth. Hug your knees in toward your chest. Come over onto your left side, and then gently press yourself up into a seated position. Drawing your hands to heart center, and then bowing our chin to chest. In honor of us taking the time to be here now, to explore the gifts that are within us. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste. I want to give a special thank you to Peter for coming out today to teach for a cause. If you are interested in teaching for a cause, you can email yoga@sharelove.fund. Also, if you are interested in getting your degree and you're not already enrolled in our RYT 200, you can get that degree track set up by visiting sharelove.fund/train. Thank you so much for your time. I got it. Okay, thank you.